¿Qué está pasando con tu pareja? Ok.
presente y futuro,
Visible e invisible.
invisible y invisible,
Por mí.
por mí,
Por mi casa.
por mi casa,
Por lo que me espera.
por lo que me espera,
Por lo que yo quiero saber.
por lo que yo quiero saber
De mi relación con mi pareja.
de mi relación con mi pareja
Y cualquier cosa que está escondida.
y cualquier cosa que está escondida.
Y que Dios y los santos
Y que Dios y los santos
me revelan las respuestas
me revelen las respuestas
de mis preguntas.
de mis preguntas.
Ok, ahora lo estoy partiendo en 3.
Ok.
Dice... voy a ver que va de una manera o de otra. Tengo que traer 3 cartas más. Ok. So dice que tu relación todavía está intacta, pero que como que no hay mucho amor. No sé si se estaban peleando, había problemas o algo, pero que no hay mucho amor, como que se está yendo el amor. ¿Se siente así?
Un poco, no, no mucho.
¿Y tú qué crees de él? ¿Que él se siente así?
No creo.
¿No
No,
crees?
no.
Ok. Porque dice que en cruzar eso dice que hay un cambio que viene grande, donde una mujer queda boca abajo. Entonces eso me dice a mí que hay algo que usted no sabe o no sé si está pensando que quiere moverse adelante con esta persona, pero como que algo no está bien, está incompleto. Dice,
Ajá.
dice en el pasado había fruto en el árbol. Cuando digo eso quiere decir que todo estaba bien, las cosas iban para adelante, iban para frente, pero ahora está como
Ajá.
estacado o no está moviendo en la misma dirección. Dice, wow. Dice que tal vez no es bueno ni malo, a lo mejor más es algo temporal, pero dice que tú nunca le has hecho ningún trabajo, nada así, ¿verdad?
No.
Ok. Porque tal vez otra persona le está haciendo algo, quién sabe. Pero,
Oh, ok.
y dice, so, ¿tú estás pensando salir de viaje o él quiere salir de viaje o dónde está él?
Él está ahorita, tuvimos una discusión y él ahorita está con su mamá.
Está con su mamá. So, ahorita están peleados.
Sí.
Ok, ok. Um, porque dice que está en otro lugar. Dice que las cosas están incompletas. Y lo que te estoy diciendo desde el principio, en las primeras 2, que las cosas están incompletas. Entonces, algo, no sé por qué se pelearon, pero me está diciendo que no sé, que no quedaron con una meta, cómo hacer las cosas o qué iba a pasar.
Ujú.
Y dice tal vez que él está pensando que a lo mejor tú no eres su amor verdadero por una razón u otra. Las cosas se miran como que no van bien. Dice que no hay ninguna
Oh.
decisión que se ha hecho. Entonces, ¿tú has hablado con él?
Ah, no hablando, esto pasó ¿qué viene siendo? El lunes en la tarde
Lunes en la
y
tarde.
y fue porque él tiene muchos arranques de enojo.
Ah,
Su coraje es un poco, cualquier cosa
lo altera.
lo irrita.
Ajá.
Sí, pero siempre él ha sido así, su carácter es muy fuerte y explosivo, el mío no. Yo también soy explosiva, pero no tanto así, o sea, yo sé entender. Y él explotó por una razón u otra y andaba de malas y explotó y entonces decidió irse y pues yo también le piqué y se fue. Y la cosa es de que se fue en medio como a las 3 de la tarde
Ajá.
y para el siguiente día, que viene siendo martes de la madrugada, me mandó un mensaje solamente diciéndome muchas gracias por lo que hiciste por mí y por los buenos momentos.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Eso es lo que se me hace raro. Por eso digo que algo está incompleto. No sé si hay otra persona o algo así, pero deja terminar, déjate seguir, porque tenemos mucho tiempo todavía y quiero ver todo. Me
Okay.
dice que esto no se ha terminado por fin, pero dice que tienes que encontrar un camino con él. Entonces tienes que encontrar una meta entre los dos para estar bien. No sé si a lo mejor es lo mejor que tú lo dejas pensar. No sé si él no es una persona que te da de tu lado. Siempre tienes que hacer las cosas para él, que él está bien con todo o que las cosas son de su manera. Pero esos detallitos es lo que están causando problemas. Sí,
Eso es exactamente lo que fue la pelea.
ándale, ok, sorry.
Eso exactamente fue, por lo mismo de que yo opino diferente, ella opina diferente.
Y no encuentran un remedio.
Y a veces yo no me quedo contenta con lo que él dice, a veces yo nomás me quedo callada para no pelear. Pero si yo le digo lo que se extiende el pleito, no le gusta que le lleve la contraria. Y él dice, como es mi manera, así es. Mi manera es mejor manera.
¿Y tienes miedo a perderlo?
Sí.
Sí. Ok. Porque dice que hay algo que está amarrado. En la carta que seguía después de encontrar otro camino, dice que algo que está amarrado. ¿Cómo te llevas con la familia de él?
Ay, su mamá, obviamente yo creo como todas las mamás, nunca me ha querido. No me ha querido y es que hemos tenido problemas en el pasado y él nunca me ha querido. Digo, ella nunca me ha querido y pues ella, ¿no? Es básicamente su hermana, pues como que a ella le va y le viene, ella anda haciendo sus cosas, pero no me quieren muy bien.
Porque si está amarrado, puede decir que lo tienen amarrado para que se va de ti. Y como él estaba hablando, no creo que es totalmente lo que va a pasar ahorita como estoy viendo las cartas, pero sí estoy viendo que lo quieren estar distanciándote de ti poco a poco. Y tal vez por eso pelean. Y dice que en la carta que sigue dice que es una mensada, una pendejada. Y son por puras pendejadas que se están peleando.
Sí.
Okay.
Sí, por las estupideces.
Sí. Pero tampoco no debes de dejar tampoco. Yo sé que él quiere de su manera cualquier whatever, pero al mismo tiempo tú tienes que darte tu lugar. Y es
lo que pasó ese día que nos peleamos porque yo di mi lugar.
¿Y cómo tú sientes que está tu autoestima?
No está muy baja.
Okay.
Pero no está como yo antes la tenía, porque antes yo subí de peso con mi segunda niña y no estoy muy como antes, pero no me siento tampoco tan fea.
Yo te entiendo, mi esposa apenas tuvo su niño y también se siente así, pero le digo, para mí todavía es bella, ok. Vamos viendo lo que sigue. Ahora vamos a regresar a lo que es lo del medio. Y a lo mejor esta tirada va a durar una hora, yo creo, porque hay mucho que ver, ¿ok?
Wow, sí, qué interesante, sí.
Dice, en medio de las cartas que tenías que ya no hay mucho amor, y tal vez porque siempre anda con lo mismo, las peleas que están teniendo, y dice que lo que está en medio de todo es tu relación, eso es la carta de la justicia. Pero voy a tirar alrededor de eso. Me dice que sí, si tienes miedo de perderlo, dice, y también yo estoy viendo que cuando se pelean, como que tú quieres que las cosas terminen rápido, pero él no se queda contento, como aunque te quedas callada, te sigue chingando.
Sí.
Él no es paciente contigo, para nada.
Oh, no tiene paciencia para nada.
Y tú nomás te estás comiendo todos los problemas.
Sí, y a veces me voy y me baño y en el baño es donde me pongo a llorar.
Es lo que estaba pensando, te deprimes, es lo que estoy viendo. Esta relación se me acuerda de la relación que tenía yo. Y para mí, las cosas tienen que cambiar. Estás enojada, pero al mismo tiempo estás agüitada porque se fue.
Sí.
Y luego sale la carta que dice que amores. ¿Él nunca ha salido fuera de la relación?
¿Cómo?
Con otra mujer.
Que yo sepa, no.
Ok. ¿Y usted?
Cuando hubo tiempo de separación, sí.
Tiempo de separación. Dice...
tuvimos tiempo de separación, pero de 3 semanas sí. Es que por una sosada, explotó y me ahorcó 2 veces.
Ah, ok.
Entonces se fue a la cárcel y no me quiere ver para nada. A lo mejor ahí él se enredó con alguien, yo creo, porque yo empecé a salir con muchachos que me invitaban a salir.
Por lo que me está diciendo las cartas, que evita eso. Si viene el tiempo donde lo están tratando de alejar, agarra tu tiempo, pero no te metas con nadie. Porque si quieres que él cambie, como yo le digo a todos, yo trabajo con Dios. Y lo que él quiere es que las cosas cambien para usted, para que tenga una relación buena. Pero no si vas y haces algo que va a fracasar o te va a causar más problemas, ¿sí me entiendes?
Sí, no, ahorita, por ejemplo, ando tranquila, ya no como antes. No sé por qué, a qué se deba, pero esta vez...
Tal vez porque ha pasado muchas veces.
Sí, puede ser, pero no sé por qué la otra vez estaba desesperada, yo lloraba, no dormía, no comía, no así. Ahora sí lloro por ratos, pero no, a veces porque sí extrañas a la persona, la extrañas porque no todo fue mal.
Exacto.
Pero no estoy, es más, ni bajado ni Facebook, nomás lo que tengo, el Twitter siempre lo he tenido.
Sí.
Y ya no he hablado con nadie casi, y no me llama la atención.
Ok. Entonces, vamos a ver dónde va esto. Dice, y tienes que hacerte paz espiritual. ¿Hablas con Dios? ¿O crees en Dios?
Honestamente, yo creía en un Dios, pero nunca he creído en un Dios 100%.
Eso lo entiendo. Yo estaba así por un rato. Yo
Sí.
creo con Dios porque me salvó la vida, pero más que eso, lo que me ha enseñado para ayudar a toda la gente que ayudo. Pero yo pienso que Dios te está llamando. Entonces, no te tienes que meter en religión. Y tú puedes hacer lo que tú quieres, pero yo no soy religioso. Yo creo en Dios. Y las cosas que debe de ser una persona, en los commandments, y las cosas que no deben de ser. Entonces, así vivo mi vida. Pero Dios sí ayuda con muchas cosas. Entonces, a lo mejor debes hablar con Él. Y no tienes que rezarle, pero puedes pedirle, necesito ayuda y yo cambio mi manera de ser con Él, o cambio andar picándole también las mismas cosas. Trato de cambiar si me lo puedes cambiar, y eso te va a ayudar también. Te está pidiendo que te pones espiritual, es lo que te estás pidiendo. Si quieres arreglar las cosas. Dice porque la carta que sigue en medio, dice porque viene un cambio, puede venir un cambio tremendo. Algo lo que no esperabas. La gente con que yo trabajo, sus vidas estaban horribles. Un esposo era alcohólico, siempre la estaba golpeando, también le golpeaba a la hija. Todo le pasó. Se agarró otro en accidente, lo quería meter en la cárcel. Y cambiando las cosas y ayudándoles con Dios, todo cambió. So, es algo que debes pensar, porque dice que te quiere dar un cambio drástico. Dice, ¿y tú no tienes niños con él?
No.
Ok. Porque dice que hay una mujer que está volteada. So, no sé si es una persona que él estaba hablando con ella o cuando estaban separados, pero hay algo. So, no sé si tú sabes dónde está todo el tiempo.
A veces sí.
Sí. Ok.
¿Qué quiere decir una mujer volteada?
Una mujer volteada, una mujer que está enojada también, o una mujer que estaba decepcionada, desilusionada. Porque la carta que sigue después es karma. So, a mí me está diciendo que hay algo que le está pegando, y tal vez puede ser tu karma también. Pero eso sí es algo que viene en camino. Dice mi muerto que algo viene de regreso, pero no la vas a celebrar. Entonces, viene la misma cosa. Tú estás como en una... How do you say roller coaster?
Ajá.
¿Sí sabes lo que es? Para arriba y para abajo. Tienes tus puntos buenos y luego todo viene bajando rápido. Y los puntos buenos otra vez que va subiendo y para abajo otra vez. Entonces algo tiene que cambiar ahí en usted para que las cosas vienen. Es una decisión que tiene que ser que te va a dar balance en tu vida. ¿Sí me entiendes?
Sí, ando everywhere. I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
En lo que es. And I need you to get stable in something that algo que tú crees, en algo que tú crees y tú quieres en realidad quieres hacer con tu vida, o con ¿qué es lo que haces ahorita?
Ahorita yo quiero estar tranquila, estar en paz. I have always wanted just to have a family.
Just to have a family.
I've been through so much in my life, and I'm 28, but I've been in so. I was raped at a young age, and I have been struggling with a lot of things. So that's when it comes to part where about God. You know, I want to believe in a God, but I want to heal inside. I've been damaged a lot, and I'm trying.
And I think that's something, that's something I can help you with. I work with a lot of people. But that's something I can help you with so you can heal if that's something you want. But honestly, that's what you really need to do, because whatever it is that's holding you back has to do with regret that you have. And just because something happened to you, and I say this to a lot of people, bad things happen to good people lots of times. But sometimes it's either to make you stronger so you can move forward. And I know what happened to you is and tons of my clients have been through that, where they've been raped, and I know it's hard. It's super hard. But there's something you can gain out of it, and it should make you a little bit more ambitious. Are you working right now?
Yes, I actually got this job. I was blessed with this job, even though COVID hit. I had worked in the oil field for so many years.
Right.
So now I have this stable job, and I feel I got something stable for now.
You can stand on your own 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, I like that. But it is important, that you're ambitious, keep going, like things that you want to do for yourself. Because if he's going to change, he's going to have to see that you've changed. And that's kind of where we're at right now. That's why I think God wants you to get spiritual. For me, it's just weird. Like, everybody I help, there's a lot of people that don't believe in God. And then when I tell them and things start to happen for them because of what they're putting their faith in, it's kind of amazing to them. So, I'm a brujo. I can do a lot of things. I can do black magic, but I won't. I'll do white, I'll do whatever, or I'll put you with God and he'll take care of it. And trust me, it happens. I've seen it. So let's move forward. It says a girl that's upside down. So it talks about you being upside down. That's the whole thing with the volteada thing.
If the woman is upside down, could it be like he has a stepsister, or could it be his mom?
Well, the woman's younger. So this person's younger.
Okay, because it could be his sister, she's 23, and his other sister, she's 28. His stepsister.
I think it's you, because it's talking about reconciliation.
Oh, you think it's me?
Yeah, I think it's you. I think it's talking about you're upside down with all the things that have happened, but it's trying to tell you need to have a face-to-face with yourself so that you can create this reconciliation with this guy, and he gives you a different type of respect. And I think you need to put yourself a little bit higher. Your self-esteem shouldn't matter about what your looks are. It's how you feel and what you believe in. You know what I mean? So it's trying to tell you that. It's also trying to tell you that fortune comes with that. So if you make these little changes in your life, I know you want him to come back and things to work out. That's not going to be a problem. But if you take care of this, the problem will completely go away. And your life with this person will completely change if that's what you want. In other words, you'll be happy. If you fight, it'll be over something stupid, but it'll be for a second. It's the same thing that happens with my wife and I. We had a very volatile relationship in the very beginning. And now it's incredible. Now we get an argument and I'm trying to take the blame and she's trying to take the blame. Instead of us both trying to be right. You get what I'm saying? So it's
because I don't know. When we are a great team, and the problem is I have that he is that he has. I know he had a really hard childhood, everything, but he could be really, when we're okay, he could be really amazing. Like, he could be a sweetheart. He'll do things without me asking. Right.
To take care of you, to look out for you. That's good.
Yes.
But it's all the anger that he has inside that's eating him apart.
Yeah.
And and you have a lot of it too, and a lot of resentment. So when you guys both flare, that's kind of what happens. But there's things we can do to make that go away. And it's not something that costs you money. It's something you can do, and I can tell you what to do, but you're going to have to trust me if that's something you really want to do down the road here. So when we're done with this, we'll talk about that. But,
okay.
It's really up to you. You want a better life, God's just waiting for you. That's all I know. Here we go. It says reconciliation, and then it says no reconciliation, and no fortune, and no money, It's talking about and him. So in his mind, he's so angry. He's saying, I don't want to get back. I mean, things are never going to change. He's saying, money wise, I don't know what he does, but it says, that he doesn't have no money or something like that. He's complaining about. But there is a brujo. So here's where it got interesting, because I asked you earlier if you knew anybody that would tie him up or tie you up. Somebody, and this is what I already think and I feel very strongly, somebody in his family is fucking with you. In other words, someone in his family is wanting you guys to be apart. So I don't know if that's his sisters or the mom or someone, but I don't know. They've kind of had it.
Or maybe, his mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And that's something we can easily turn around too if we have to. If that's something you want. Because you'll see a drastic... I had a couple took advantage of her son. So she was doing all kinds of brujeria to her, like really messing them up. And in the end, I broke all of it. And then I finally got them to move out, because financially they couldn't at first. We found a way to get them out. And now they're happy as can be. So sometimes family is like your worst enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she has made so nasty. Whenever me and her will be around and alone, she will make nasty remarks like, I still think you were doing something to my son, or making remarks like, well, you should not talk back if you don't want to get hit, So
what the fuck?
Like, yeah.
Sorry for my language.
Yeah, I know. I said the same shit with a hell no.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm almost positive it's her. And I'll know in a minute when we go through the rest of the cards. But so that's something. If you really want to, it's obvious you love this guy. I just don't want you to be hanging on to him because you feel you can't find someone else when I know you could. So that's what I'm afraid of. That you're comfortable. No?
Now that you mention it, I don't think so. Because I know I have gone through a lot of breakups, and I know it's that, but it's just, I see potential. I see other than my exes, he's the only guy that, I feel a connection.
That's a good thing. But wait.
I feel something different. It's way different than other partners. Not comparing him, but it's just, I don't know how to
I know what you're saying. I know you feel like it's something deeper. There's you feel like you're really in love with this guy, and that's cool. But I guess at some point you're gonna have to figure out what the definition of love is from both sides, because you've already been through a lot with him, and that happens to a lot of couples. But I've been in some relationships where I had girls beating the shit out of me because they just had bad tempers. So I get that, but at some point there's got to be an evening out where it's just you feel comfortable in every situation where you guys aren't fighting like that or they get into arguments. So the cards are kind of telling me like you need to lead by example, which means whatever you do from this point on, whether you take my advice or you don't, find God, just talk to him and make him an offer. Say, you know what, I'll give up doing this if there's something you like to do that you shouldn't, or everybody has their own little quirks, you know what I mean? But offer him that and say, if you'll change his heart, pray for him. If you'll change his heart, I'll do this, and I promise I'll never do it again. And if you keep that promise, he'll give you what you want. Super easy. So let's go forward. It says not good or bad, and then it says the man who's upside down, he's also depressed. So as much as he's angry, it talks about him being kind of down about it, like he's starting to feel aguitado. So he hasn't said anything else to you yet?
No, but like I notice little things. We have a game that we play together, so when he gets on it, it notifies me. And when I get on it, it notifies me. Either way. So he's like throwing me like signs. That's how I see it, because I get on the game at my lunch break.
Right.
That's the only game I play. He got on it too.
So those are just the kind of cute little things that you guys have that kind of let you know you're thinking of each other, even though you're pissed off.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Well, it says slowly, So there's still a delay. So I don't know if he wants you to kiss his ass. I wouldn't.
I think he wants me to kiss his ass.
But do you want to do that?
No.
I don't want you to either, to be honest with you.
No, I don't want to, because it was an argument over me having a bad day. And he's like, I don't want my girl to be having that phase. And, but he didn't say it like that. He exploded on me. Like, I was like, wait a minute. So I'm not allowed to have and I was like, don't talk to me. Don't disrespect me like that. Well, you don't ever fucking listen. I'm like, hey, I ain't your mom. I ain't your sister. I'm your partner. Don't talk to me like that. So from there, it escalated.
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm glad you did that. I'm really glad that you stood up to him for that, because if not, you'll be losing yourself. So that's really good. Although it created the argument, he's got to recognize what your value and your worth is. He needs to be able to see that. So that's really important. It says magically, it says destruction. So you doing any type of magic or trying to fix it with that, the sun won't shine, it says. But to make him not angry, it doesn't have to be brujeria. It says it's something you can do to leave him hanging. So are you usually the one that gives in with everything?
Usually, most of the time it's me. Sometimes he will.
Okay. Because it's telling me he's kind of leaving you hanging, and that's what I don't get. He has to know he's wrong, because everybody has a bad day and everybody goes through shit, and so he should be there to hear you and support you. Instead, he got pissed off, so it's kind of, not cool. So my thing is, for him right now, he's got to be thinking like, hey, I should probably go back and fix this, but he's really stubborn right here, and it shows he's going to leave you to keep hanging because he thinks that you can't live without him.
Yeah.
And you can, you know that, right?
Yeah, I can, because it's hard right now, but it's not like as hard as I thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, probably here and there, but I'm coming to work every day. I'm getting my job done. I'm over here hanging out with some coworkers, laughing.
That's good.
Yeah, I think about him, and sometimes he want to get to me. I don't let it get to me.
But you know what? This is the time, because you're only 28. You need to set the precedent now, which means you need to set the tone to where he understands that you command respect just like he does, and then he has to treat you equally, and that's the risk you got to take. But if you go to God and ask him for help with it, he'll soften his heart and change things for him. That's why I'm saying you're going to have to trust me on this one if you really want your life to change with this man. Everybody that I touch that I help, it always happens. I have 2 of my clients sitting right here right now that help me with all this, and their whole lives have changed. So it's important that you believe in something. Even though bad things happen, they're always to teach us lessons or for us to learn something down the road so that we can make better decisions in whatever our life is. And I know what happened to you isn't something you're thinking, well, what did I learn from that? Well, maybe it made you stronger. Maybe it made you for a point in your life now that you're going to realize, hey, I went through that. I can go through anything. And even though we don't want to go through something like that, you know what I mean? It says, so something leaving, it's talking about him leaving, and then it talks about, no, there shouldn't be any burden on your back. It says, in this world, you're not going to face hardship. So the hardship financially for you isn't going to be devastating. It's not something that's going to really hurt you. There's triumph for you. Like, you could make it if you had to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it says, but you want family, which is understandable. It says, but the things are incomplete. It says, there's opportunities here for you, though. So it's talking about opportunities for you to gain not only that respect, but maybe him seeing things a little bit differently, maybe learning to be a little bit flexible with you. And it's hard because it sounds like he's kind of old school. You know what I mean? That's the kind of feeling I get, that, he probably wasn't raised with a lot of love. So showing that, you're going to have to teach him. And I believe that every woman molds her man. Every woman. But the only way that you're going to mold him is when you let him stop walking on you. You know what I mean? And that means disrespecting you or, not taking into account what you feel. You work too. You help out with stuff. You do shit. So he's got to respect that at some level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It says, you have some interesting shit going on. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, damn.
So are you planning to have kids?
We were trying to have a kid.
Okay. Because it shows one coming here down the road. So that tells me that this isn't over between you guys, just so you know. It's not over.
It sounds like. You know why? I'm gonna be honest with you right now. As we speak, I feel.
Oh shit.
I feel like I'm pregnant because I haven't had a period. I took a pregnancy test. It gave a negative, but we're adults here. We had intercourse like last Saturday, and I haven't been using birth control for like the longest.
Right.
Like not even the longest, probably like 2 months. But I was only on birth control for like a month and a half.
Okay.
And then, it's too soon to tell if I'm pregnant, but I don't know. I have a feeling, I don't know why. I was pregnant with a baby before I lost it from him, so that brought the relationship a little bit more
right.
on an edge. So, with that said, we were planning to have a kid, and I had a feeling that I was pregnant, and I don't know why I have that feeling right now that I might be pregnant. I don't know why.
There is a possibility, because it's showing me, when I look at the card, it says there's no obstacles for you not to get pregnant. It says, but the only thing that's around, so I don't know how old this guy is or whatever, but it shows temptations. So I don't know if he drinks or he does drugs or he parties I'm a brujo, and I sit here and, I get stoned every once in a while, so it's not a bad thing, but it just shows that there's some temptations. So I don't know if that's something he's doing or there's something there with that.
He did what? Like he's doing drugs?
No, alcohol or drugs, something. I don't know.
Okay. We had an argument. There we go. One of the arguments we have. And that's where I try, that's when I've been changing a lot. Since I died with him and everything, I've tried to change the most I can. And he was not having a job. He was really frustrated because he couldn't provide for me. Right. And I have 2 kids. And he was frustrated, and I came to work. But he was really honest about it. He told me, I fucked up, and what happened? He did cocaine. He has a historical use of cocaine, not addiction, but
when he drinks.
He used to be a user, and he drinks. Yeah. That I know of, that since me and him being together, only that time when he told me. And I would have kind of noticed too. Right. When he. And the time we split it, I know he confessed to that he did cocaine. Okay.
So that's kind of out there. That's something that we need to stop, so that, because it says it's not going to cost you trouble for you to get pregnant when the time comes, but it does show the death of a child. But that was before, I guess. So you had a miscarriage?
Yeah.
You had a miscarriage. It says, okay, and that's what the battle is. It says not true love. So let's see this. It says not happy. So, I mean, does he say things to hurt your feelings when you guys are fighting? Like things that are kind of personal stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of the things that's showing up here. It says, and there's no defense, because, I mean, the fucked up thing for us is that when we trust somebody, we tell them about our weaknesses and things we've gone through and shit like that. So then when they use that back at us, it's like, wow, how could you? You know what I mean?
It's like the fight we had that, we left for him. He was, I'm tired of this shit, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay, I drove him to go get his stuff. He just told me, that I never expected him to say that. So he heard me, he kind of hurts to still, he's like, oh, your body, rechazó a mi bebé, tu cuerpo no sirve.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that kind of hurt.
Yeah, that does hurt. And that's the things I'm talking about that we kind of need to work on with him. It says, but there's triumph for you. So, I mean, there's hope right behind everything. It says, even though you're alone right now, it says, things are going to go back to cut off his head. So, he's going to have a harsh realization. We're talking about, let me give you an idea here. It says 7 hours. 7 hours. What time would that be? Morning. So, by 5 a.m. in the morning. So, by 5 in the morning, well, what would be 5 in the morning?
7 a.m.
7 a.m. there. So, by 7 a.m. tomorrow, he's already going to be thinking a lot about you. But if you want things to work, you need to stand firm on how you feel. Don't give in. Don't give in, because he's going to come back no matter what. I'm telling you. It's not over. Okay? So you stand firm for what you believe in and the way he should respect you. And even if it takes a couple more days, it's going to be okay. You're just going to have to be strong.
and try to talk to God.
And try to talk to God, yeah, and He'll make things the right way. But it's gonna take time, and you got to lead by example. It says in the next card that's going up in the future, it says there's not going to be a decision you need to make here. The road's wide open for you. In other words, the road's open for you to go back and kiss His ass. But I would hope, and then it's your decision, that you wouldn't go back that way because you're going to go into the same roller coaster ride.
No, I'm not. I really standing my foot. I would already probably done it around this time. Knowing myself, around this time, I'm not. I'm really not.
I mean, because when I'm looking at everything, and don't take this personally, because I know that you have someone, but I'm saying you're a good catch. You know what I mean? You're a hardworking woman. You're a good-looking woman. So he's gonna realize that again. Even though he talks shit, that doesn't mean that that's how he really feels. He's just trying to hurt you so that you feel like you'll beg him back. I don't want you to do that. Things are on the brink of changing for you drastically. You just need that one thing. And trust me, talk to God, and everything's going to change. It says you'll return to love. And then it says rest assured of one thing. It says, after that, there won't be no more lies and deceit. So I don't know if there's times he doesn't tell you everything, like maybe with the coke down the road and then finally told you, or maybe he's still using when he's not telling you, but that's going to come to an end as well. Okay?
Okay.
So, and sometimes men will hide things from their wives because they know they're just going to get pissed, or even their girlfriends because they know they're going to get pissed. And then later you find out it's a big old thing. You want to start this thing off the right way. We want to build a new foundation for this relationship, and right now is the time to do it. You know what I mean? So that there's honesty and everything. So you know what? This is what I want. If you can't do that, then I guess we're done. He's not going to go away. He's not going to go away. He's tied to this. He's locked in with you right now. The only thing we need to do is get you clean, and we'll look at that to see if we could break whatever brujeria they have. And I don't know if there's someone around you that can clean you. Maybe there's someone you can go close by, but that's something I think you should do.
Does it look like, is there somebody like trying to, yeah, right?
The mom, yeah, the mom.
The mom, yeah, his dad used to do, I have Noah, I didn't meet him, he passed away before me and him got together, so, he used to do a lot of,
Brujeria,
but I think he did the dark one because, he worked with 7 spirits and, some of them will be like, really dark shadows. I've seen them. I've seen one. Even though he passed away, I've seen one in just a shadow. But she believes a lot in that, like doing bad. Like she
believes in black magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about. I've seen dark spirits too, and I'll be honest with you. When I'm fighting against that, like people are doing things to my clients and they're throwing at them, I have to deal with it. And so some of the shit people throw is just like, wow, it's crazy. I've seen some people throw some harsh shit like death, dismemberment, just horrible shit. So she doesn't really want you guys together. So that's something that, I don't know if there's a botanica around you or a brujo around you or someone that can just do a limpia for you. If not, you can always get a hold of me and we can mail you one if you need one. But it's something you need to do, like seriously. Just so that you're back on an even playing field with him. You know what I mean?
Yes, I have. Yeah, so, like, because I don't want to go with any brujo. Like, how is a proper limpia supposed to be?
Well, a limpia that's going to break brujeria has to have pirul. I mean, I can't give you my whole recipe, but like I said, you have to find someone that makes the binder with pirul, or we mail them out, but my binders I charge $100. So, and then a lot of people, you got to do it on your own. But it's really very effective. It's a strong binder that cleans everything, and then make that little area bigger with the screwdriver. And when you take a shower every day for the next 3 days, put that cocoa on your head. Like put it while you're taking a shower, and put it on your head, and then rinse it out. And that will start to open the door so that if you do get a leak, it'll just wipe it out. Because what she's doing isn't all that strong, but it's dark.
Yeah, I have a feeling. It's just I don't know, every time I used to go to her house, she chose that bad vibe, and she keeps like the items his dad used to use for like the Buddhas, the elephants, because he's from Pakistan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has the Buddhas, weird ass. I don't know what it is. It's just a weird ass image, like a Hina, those Indian Hindus.
Yeah, the Hindus. Yeah.
Those.
Oh, like Kali, like Kali. It's probably like Kali.
Yeah.
And that's some deep shit. So, and it's funny because I fought one of the. That's a tough area to fight in because Kali is very strong with them, but it's not impossible. So you can also make an offering. So there's a lot of different things we can do, but you need to break that so you get on an even playing field with him. That'll kind of change the thing. So think about that. I know you don't want to just go around there anywhere, but let me know what you want to do. But the Psalms and some other stuff that we can mail to you or email to you, that would be a good thing for you to start doing that. It'll just start changing you a little bit so I can change him. And I'm not even asking if you want my help, but I feel bad because I think you deserve a lot more than what you think you're worth at this point. And it's time for you to, really hold tight so you can get what you want. Okay? Okay.
I would really like your help. I'm tired. I'm emotionally drained, and
I feel you.
I'm just.
Believe me, my whole energy level went down as we're talking because usually the people that I throw for, I can feel them, and so everything kind of just goes. But my candle, yeah. So and even my candle goes down when I get drained. But I know what you're feeling. I've gone through all this with a lot of people, so your whole life is on the brink of change if it's what you really want. It says with him being tied up, you don't have to worry, like I told you, about anything happening. It says things are just. This man is a man who's used to always getting what he wants by turning the tables, taking it out on you because, he has things he hasn't dealt with. And so these are things that affect anybody. And it shouldn't be something, you shouldn't be someone that he looks to when he's not content with stuff or something's bothering him or something's hurting you, that he's going to take it out on you because, now I got to deal with her because she's in a bad mood. Like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Everybody goes through that. So we're not going to let that bring you down to your knees. You're not going to end up brokenhearted. It says your problems are going to go away. It says the money's going to be fine. So the last card that pops up here is the Fool. And I hope I don't offend you with what I'm going to say. But you are a fool if you don't take advantage of the opportunity you have to change your life. Because I know I was in that situation years back with this girl that just had me going in circles. And the best thing I ever did was finally walk away. And now I'm not saying you need to walk away from this, but if you want to make a change, you're going to have to make a couple changes so everything changes in your life. Okay?
So basically what you're trying to tell me not be stupid. Like, if I want change regardless, I got to start with me.
With you. Yeah. Because you're going to set the tone for your relationship. If you want, yeah. And I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying that you need to find some spirituality. I need your self-esteem to come all the way up. My wife's had a kid and she's gained some weight and I don't see anything different. The love for her I have is unconditional. And I think that's what you really want, is to be loved like everybody does and just be stable. So.
Yeah, that's all I want. I've done some stupid things and
we all have.
I'm at the point where, hey, I wanna be fine. I wanna be fine and
move forward.
Yeah, and I just feel that emptiness. I know for a fact that spiritually, I'm, low. I say, maybe my vibration is really low. I know that because I could even feel it. It's me. I know I'm just.
You're drained. You're overwhelmed and drained. And I get that. So that's why it's saying don't be a fool. And it's saying there won't be a new beginning. So this is going to be your one shot at it. This is the one shot that God's given you to make a change here. So it says, motherly is not, it's not that it's not important, but it's not important at this moment. The last thing you want is to have a kid with him and then only be together because you guys have a kid, or things end up like they are with the fights where he just finally leaves and then you're all by yourself trying to raise his child. So it's in the cards, but not yet. Things have to be complete first, and then I guarantee you, I'll tell you exactly when you're going to have a kid. Fair enough? And I'll give you the date. Okay?
Okay.
All right. It says you need to let some of the things from the past go, so stop dwelling on your past. Let all that go. I know that it's hard to let go of the past with some of the things he's done to you. Those are always going to be hurtful, violence, all that stuff. But you need to set the tone that you're not going to ever tolerate that again. And at the same time, you need to let him know that he needs to take care of you the same way you take care of him. It's got to be 50-50 in this. It says, or you're not going to be, because right now you're not in a healthy relationship. It's good when it's good and it's bad when it's bad, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it's telling you, not a healthy relationship. It says, but in your home, it says for you not to be discontent, for you not to be troubled over this. It says, as a woman, even though you feel like you're upside down, it's telling you, let go of the past, move forward, start thinking that what's happening at this moment is what's going to change the rest of your life. And I think a lot of people miss that when things happen to them that are really bad. It happens to you and you're like, fuck, how am I going to ever get over this? And they dwell on that instead of thinking, you know what? This is happening for a reason because things need to change. Things need to get better. And if my life's going to get better, this has to be where it starts. And this is where you're at. This was a really intense reading for me because I can feel I'm shaking. I'm shaking right now. My hair is standing up because I know I'm right. And when I say things like that and God kind of shakes me up, it's because he wants you. And you know what's funny? I mean, like I said, you don't have to go to church. You don't have to be a Bible thumper. He just wants to have a personal relationship with you. One where he knows that you're on his side. Whatever happens, good or bad. Ever since I've been like that, my whole life has gone straight up. And I was on that same roller coaster ride that you were on. So, and like I said, you don't have to worship him and stop doing it, but you do need to have even a daily conversation like, hey, God, thanks for everything. Keep blessing me, keep moving forward, and hopefully you'll touch, his heart, and, he'll start to change inside. And little by little, God will work on him, and you'll see some big changes. Trust me, it worked with my wife, and she was ruthless. But no, I'm not even joking. Like, she was really bad. But now she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So it was like everything just changed overnight. And now we have a kid and everything's great. So it's important that you start thinking about you, not just about your relationship or about him, about what you want in your life and how you want things to be for the rest of your life. Because today's kind of like day one at this point.
For me, it's day one today.
Today's day one. So whatever decision you make, and I don't do this for anybody, especially like long distance, but you have 24 hours from the time that I called you to call me back if you want my help to help you. I want you to think about it first and think about what you want. Because if you do this with me, and one of my clients that's sitting here right now is in it with me right now, and she's going to chuckle. She's like, it's not easy. I'm kind of strict, and I'll tell you what I want you to do and what I don't want you to do, and then you'll see things start to happen that change. But sometimes it's hard for us as people to admit, like, I am kind of fucked up, or because I know I was fucked up. I got 7 years of karma. It was just horrible. But I finally realized I needed to grow up and, become a man and do the right things. And that's kind of what changed me. So I think you need to kind of see if you're going to do this, that's how it is with me. Like, I'll tell you, okay, you can do this, you can do that. And I'll change the way you maybe talk to him. Like, if something's going on between you two and he texts you, you can always text me and tell me, hey, what should I say here? Because he knows you already. He knows exactly what you're going to say, how you're going to act, how you guys are going to fight, what things are going to be brought up. And you know him. You know what pisses him off.
Yeah.
You know how to push his buttons.
Yeah, it's just, I'm speechless because as you're talking to me, I could feel like I want to cry.
I do too. Isn't that funny? My eyes are all watered up and I'm sitting here going, whoa, what's going on? I can feel you from way over there. And it's funny, when I was throwing your cards, I was looking at them and I'm kind of thinking like, dude, I feel like I've known you, or I know you, or like you're a lot closer here than what you are. It's just a weird feeling. But maybe it's because I know you need some healing and some help. And that's when kind of things change for me. It's kind of weird. So.
I don't know. I don't want you to not believe me because I really do want to do it. I'll be ready for a change. I just don't have no guidance.
No one to get you through there. And that's what happens with a lot of my clients. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I still want you to take the 24 hours because you might think of something different. I want you to be sure. I mean, I hear you. And it's not that I don't believe you, but I want to be sure. So just take the 24 hours. All right. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I know it was a lot. I know it was very intense. It was a little more than half hour, but this was a lot of stuff that God wanted you to know. And obligated to tell you, even though it's only supposed to be half an hour.
Okay, and I just have one question.
Sure.
So if I know you mentioned that around tomorrow he was gonna be thinking about me, and maybe
you're gonna get
you're
probably gonna get a text. Go ahead though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I get a text, should I reply? Should I just?
I think you shouldn't reply immediately. I think you should send me another email at that point if he does, and I'll tell you when to reply. How's that? Just to help you out with that.
Yeah, because I really do want to help. I'm drained.
I know. I feel it.
I respect you. You're essential for me to wait the 24 hours. So.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
But just think now. Just think tonight when you're going to sleep and stuff. Take a chance. Maybe talk to God, and at that moment, you're gonna realize some things that are about to change. And so, you should wake up tomorrow a little more at peace, a little more easy. You're gonna see that you're gonna realize some different things by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. So for right now, I should I don't know, because I've never been that talkative with God. Just the usual, the praying. But it's weird for me, but that I'm not that believer. But I fall asleep sometimes when I can't sleep to gospel music.
Well, that's cool. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just talk to him like if he's your friend. I talk to God like if he's my friend. Like it's just weird. I'll say like, you know what? I know you're helping me. I know you're doing things for me. I appreciate that. But whatever you need, send me a sign or let me know. I'll take care of it because I know you take care of me and I have faith in you and I believe in you and it's crazy. There has been one thing after another recently that's happening for me because of all that, and we're just headed in a whole different direction. My life, my business, my everything, and I know it's him. So just talk to him. And I mean, what do you got to lose, right?
Yeah, nothing.
You got nothing to lose.
Ask you, is there anything else like meanwhile those 24 hours that you like any work that you could do for me? Maybe send me maybe I know it's gonna be extra for materials that you might use like how could I say like something to give me harmonical or
something to give you peace?
Yes.
Yeah, I could. Let me think about it tonight, and I'll think about what's best, because there's tons of things I can do, but I want to make sure that it's the right thing for you. Because I don't want you to just be at peace. I want you to set your sights on change. And so I got to think about, I really want you to realize you're in a turning point in your life. And a lot of people miss that turning point, and then they wake up 20 years later, and in the same relationship, and the same shit's happening, and it seems like it's never going to end. And God doesn't want you there for some reason. So I feel
like this what happened. This is like a waking call. It's time for a change.
Right, and I agree. And I think I just like I said, let me think about it, and I'll get back to you tomorrow. Don't worry, there's no doubt.
Yeah, with protection that you could send me.
Yeah, definitely.
So to stop the bad energy from other people, coming in.
Right, especially from his mom. So. And let me know about that too. We'll talk about that tomorrow when we go through that. Okay?
Yeah. So around what time should I email you?
If you email me, you can email me from 7:30 to 8:30 if you whatever you decide, and then that way.
In the morning, my decision, right?
No, not in the morning. At night.
At night. Okay.
Yeah, 24 hours. I really want because you're gonna think about a lot of things. Trust me, in the next 24 hours, and so I want you to be completely sure because there's gonna be a lot of different things you're gonna think about. I want you to make sure all of them, you know what you're doing, okay? Okay. I want you to relax and have a good night's sleep and just know that God's on your side. It's just a matter of if you want his help or not. So that's a good thing.
All right, well, thank you. That was soothing. That was like you told me it resonates a lot. It brought my heart more at ease.
Right. You don't feel ansiosa no more or disparity.
Ya me siento un poco nerviosa.
Sí.
Porque quiero cambiar, estoy ansiosa porque quiero algo diferente en mi vida, ya estoy fastidiada de lo mismo. Y tengo miedo porque yo sé que si hacer el cambio van a hacer cosas que tengo que cambiar y siempre me da un poco de miedo a lo nuevo, pero como quiera lo hago.
Pero sabes que lo que vas a ganar de lo que vas a hacer, vas a estar más contenta que podías pensar en tu vida. Eso te lo digo. Y vas a estar siempre estable y segura. Y eso es lo que tú necesitas. So, ¿ok?
Ok. No, muchas gracias a ti. Yo te doy mi respuesta mañana en la noche.
Ok, perfecto. Que tengas buenas noches.
Ok, igualmente. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, chao.